What's up, guys? It's your boy Ty, and I appreciate you guys coming to check me out on the podcast. It's been a minute. Since we sat down and had a podcast episode. So you know what we're going to talk about. We're going to get into the money. We're going to talk a little bit about investing, a little bit about crypto, and I want to give away this Fi-Fi Amplitank C1 recording interface. Yeah. We're going to give this away too. And then we're going to talk about that a little later. And we're going to end it with some motivation. So if all that sounds good to you, let's get into it. First, let's talk about investing. Before we get into it, one of my pet peeves is make sure that you understand what you're investing into before you invest into it. There's a lot of people that like to talk about this field, stocks, investing, and things like that. And again, it's good to have the conversation about it. But before you put your hard-earned money into anything, make sure you understand it. And when it comes to investing, if you don't have it, I would say don't try to invest. The only reason I say that is last year, a lot of things were down last year. A lot of things were down. My stocks were down. My crypto was down. And, someone that really needs all of that will end up pulling out in times of turmoil. All right. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just talking about what I see and what I, know. So, again, if you don't have the funds, you shouldn't, try to break your neck to invest into it, because the minute things go down or the minute things may not seem as favorable to you, you have a tendency, or people have a tendency to pull out. And when they pull out, it might not be the best time to pull out, and you can end up losing your investment because you pulled out too early because the market got a little shaky and you got scared and pulled out. And a prime example of this is, right here, we're looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently at 51,968 a coin. All right. If you look at this chart, this is the 1 year chart. And if you look at the gain, Bitcoin is up 111% over the last year. All right. So anyone that was buying, during the time Bitcoin was down and hitting some of those all-time lows, man, you just won. You just won a bag, right? Let me know if you bought the dip on Bitcoin or you stayed away, right? Let me know what you did. But Bitcoin is, of course, that catalyst for all cryptos. When Bitcoin is doing good, the others will follow. But again, last year was shaky for crypto. A lot of people got scared and a lot of people didn't hold on to what they had. I knew people that was like, man, I just bought a whole bunch of Ethereum. And then later on during the year, I'm like, you still got that Ethereum? You good now? Man, I sold that joint, man. I had to pull out, I'm like, come on, man. But again, if you don't have the funds to invest, or if you are, not confident in what you're investing into, you're going to have a tendency to do that. Instead of doubling your money, you might lose out. So again, I'm using Bitcoin as an example. This is crypto, but stock market is the same way. Certain investments were down last year. But if you're one to like the safer side a little more, you know where you should be at, right? I hope everybody that watches my channel should know where I'm going to tell you to invest at, right? And again, that's just what I do. Dividend investing. Dividend investing is one of the safest ways to invest in the stock market. And the simplest way to put dividend investing is you are looking for the best interest on your money. Hopefully everyone understands interest rate. You put your money in a bank and you let it sit, and the bank gives you a small interest rate just for you, having your money there at that bank. Dividend stocks work similar. You invest into a dividend company. Most of the time, I would say make sure you are investing into a blue chip dividends company or a REIT, things that give you a decent return and that have been growing consistent dividends and, increasing dividends, things like that. If you do that, it's typically just like a bank. You put your money there and, you get a nice return, except for one thing. It's better than the bank because if you pick the right companies, of course, you're going to get interest on your money, and your money has the potential, or stock has the potential to grow because that company did well too. So dividend investing. And if you don't know which stocks to pick, I would recommend a stock advisor like the Motley Fool. Yes. People will be like, oh man, the Motley Fool. But I would like to say I have a lot of different advisors, and really all of them advise the same thing. I use them for research purposes, and a lot of those advisors, some are higher than others, but the Motley Fool is affordable. I really think you get a good amount of value with the Motley Fool. But I would again recommend the Motley Fool. I use it. It's one of the many that I have, and make sure you check it out in the description of this video. I will get a small commission, but it is definitely one of the ones that I use myself, and again, it has the most value, the Motley Fool. Check it out. But as I said just now, I use those for research purposes. And during my time in the markets, I would like to say everyone has stock picks, right? And I would like to say everyone has a stock pick. Just be wary of those that are overly hyped. Like if you're watching this video and you see an ad, if someone comes up and says, this is the biggest investment since the .com industry, this can be just as big as Bitcoin, you should do this before it's too late. Be aware those are tactics to get you to buy something or subscribe to something. Again, you can go through that whole video, buy whatever, and it could be a stock that the Motley Fool been said was hot. Again, I'm just telling you because I have been through it and I'm trying to save you the trouble. And again, be wary of those people saying buy this, because yes, this could be a great stock, but it could take 2-3 years before it really boom, but they're telling you about it now, right? So you would have to be able to set it and forget it. Just something to be wary of, because I've been through all of that. I've seen it. So yeah, just be wary of those. I have found a good way to use those stocks though, that those people recommend. And I'm going to tell you about it a little later in this video. It's one of the strategies that I used last year, and it worked. It was pretty good. But right now, I'm going to tell you about 2 different dividend companies. So everyone should know this stock is Realty Income. Is a dividend aristocrat. It's a monthly paying dividend aristocrat. And currently right now, at the time of this video, the real estate investment trusts, the REITs, are down. Real estate is down right now. So it's a great time to go in and buy. And if you don't know about real estate investment trusts, they typically give you the best dividend yields around. All right. They're made that way. So again, Realty Income is down right now. It's one of those stocks that I'm heavily invested into across my dividend portfolios, and it's currently down. So again, check it out. And if O is a little old fashioned for you, you can check out ONL, this Oran Office REITs, and this is a new stock. It came out in November. It listed November of 2021, and everyone that owned O got shares of this. At first I was like, I don't know if I want this, and I was about to sell it, but I held it in my portfolio, and it turned out that it got a pretty decent yield, a yield of 8.2 right now, and a lot of people rate this stock pretty good. Again, I would check out ONL if you want something a little new that has the potential to give you a better bang for your buck than O, because it's currently down 45%. All right, it's currently down 45%, so you can get in there at a decent price, almost $5. And again, it has a dividend yield of 8.2. And since I didn't state it earlier, let's go back to O. You guys can clearly see it has a dividend yield of 5.8. All right. So these are two dividend stocks that I would definitely check out. Again, do your research, but I'm heavily invested into both of these. So as we talk about dividend investing, some people don't like dividend investing because it's for the long haul. So you can, look for those stocks to go in and, get that exponential growth, those growth stocks, right? I've learned from last year that sometimes you can't tell how long it's going to take for a growth stock to really become profitable for you, right? If you're trying to invest into a company and just hold it for the long run. So last year I implemented a new strategy. I'm going to share that with you. You can take it away and use it if you want to, but it has been working well for me. We're going to go back to my Robinhood real quick. Right here, this is 1 year. So you guys can see I did take my big money out of here and I put it into crypto and more so in my other dividend accounts that are not on Robinhood, but I still kept a little bit in Robinhood just to play with, to see if this strategy worked. And clearly you guys can see right now some of the stuff I'm invested into is down, but last year at the beginning of this year it said I had 100% gain on my portfolio, and it's because I've been trading in and out of stocks. I've been using those stocks that are recommended to be some of those big name stocks, like I said, that the advisors recommend, and I buy into them when they're at their low. It could be I go off sometimes the 3-month chart and I buy into it, or I set limit buys at the lows, and then I get in and I just wait, because these are stocks that are recommended to be the future stocks that are going to boom and the next Google and things like that. If I end up holding it for a while, I'm not mad. So I'm not really looking for a 2-day turnaround, a 3-day turnaround. If I buy into it, it might take a couple weeks, but again, I just did that last year and I just bought in and waited. All right, cool. It's up between 15 to 20, 25. Sometimes, it depends on what it was. Sometimes it's 18. As soon as I see it go up over that 15%, I take it. I did that all last year, and this is the results of that. Just going in, taking, right? And sometimes people get timid with these type of strategies, but I only use 2 companies, so I'm gonna give you guys 2 companies that I have been using and it works really well with for me. Again, you can try this strategy. I have been using DNA, and it's Ginkgo Bioworks, and it's one of those companies that everyone is projecting to do well. You guys can see the price of it currently. This week I just did it this week. You guys can see, what was it this week? I think I sold it at this high right here. I just did it this week. It was up pretty good. It's been going up again pretty good this week. You guys can see for the last month it has grown 25%. So I was on that and I sold, and I think I got a return of like 19. But that's all I've been doing. You guys can come down here. You guys can see the in and out. It has been working very well. All right, I use DNA, Ginkgo Bioworks. So it's one of those ones that, again, people are saying is going to do good. And once I won off this one, I don't rush back in. I'll wait, because like I have been seeing, everything goes up and then it comes down. And sometimes it comes down. It might gotta take a month or something like that. But again, to have 100% gain over the whole year, that's pretty good investment. Yeah, so DNA, that's one of them. Another one is currently down is LAZR, that's the ticker symbol, and it's Luminaire Technologies. Currently down-ish, but I've been using this. I'm down, negative 26%, but it's a pretty volatile stock, and you guys can see you can make wins on this. Like if you got in a month ago, you'd be up 15%, ready to take it. But these ups and downs, they're kind of predictable once you've been in it. But once you know that you can wait it out. Is one of those stocks that's supposed to grow exponentially, 3,000% and things like that. That can, clear your conscience a little bit. But that's all I've been doing, and it works. All right. So again, this is one of the strategies for my people that like to, swing trade and things like that. These two stocks have been working well for me. I get in and wait. So again, check them out. Again, that's LAZR and ticker symbol DNA. Okay, now we're gonna get into giving away this Fifine Amplitank SC1. So, anybody that has been following my channel know I have a lot of audio equipment, and it's kind of just sitting right here in the corner. I really don't need all of this stuff, so I gotta give it away. I want to give it away. My wife wants me to clear it out, but I want to try to give it to you guys. But we got a couple stipulations. So if this video hits 1,000 views, simple. If it hits 1,000 views, I will definitely be giving this away. All right. To be eligible for this giveaway, all you simply have to do is comment on this video, "I want that." I want that. Comment, "I want that," and I will enter your name into a drawing, a raffle drawing that I will do on the channel on the next podcast episode. And we'll see who wins. I send it right to you. Simple, right? 1,000 views on this video, and it'll be coming to you. So 1,000 views on this video, and again, comment, "I want that." Make sure you guys help me out and like the video, share the video, so we can get there. And now it's time for a motivational moment.
We go the direction we face. If you start designing something at the end of this direction, sure enough, you will start going the direction you face. And we face the direction we design. Direction determines destination. Destination is not determined by hope. It's not determined by wish. Destination is determined by direction. You cannot change destination overnight. But here's what you can change today, and overnight, you can change direction.
This is the time for you to wake up and realize that there's something that you need to be doing. But you don't need to be doing excuses. You don't need to be so complacent and lazy about what it is that you are constantly going through in your life and giving your life less than giving your life more. Why do you socialize yourself with excuses? Why do you socialize yourself with misery? Why do you socialize yourself with being complacent? What are you afraid of? Oh, I get it. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid to go back. No one said you had to go back. All you got to do is keep pushing forward. You may fall a few times. You may slip a few times, but that doesn't mean you quit. That doesn't mean you give up. That means you must find a way, and you must make a way, and you got to continue to dig deeper than you've ever digged in your life. Enough is enough. Enough with the excuses. Enough for being complacent. Enough for giving up.
You have control over your mind. You just have to assert it. You have to decide that you are going to be in control, that you are going to do what you want to do. Weakness doesn't get a vote. Laziness doesn't get a vote. Everyone wants some life hack that eliminates the need to do the work, but that does not exist. No, you have to do the work. You've got to hold the line. You've got to make it happen.
Successful people love the experience of not feeling like doing but then going and kicking ass anyway. They understand that those are the real victories in life. They understand that it's easy to do when you feel like doing, but they also understand that the real magic, The real glory is earned when your heart is not into something, but your mind tells you, F you, I'm going to do that anyway, and does it.
It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. As you work to help other people to become successful, that feeds your success. But you know it's going to be hard, but find out what will make it worth it for you.
Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. Most of us don't like to do those things that come easy to us. I've always loved to talk to people. I decided, taking this advice, to develop my skills as a speaker. And my gift has developed and it's taken me many places. You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this, what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself, because part of beginning to get a larger vision of yourself, all of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence.
You have to have just one thing in mind: keeping on track. Closing out all the noise and the clutter that gets in your way. You've got to identify your target. Let nothing stand in your way. You've got to keep your eye on the target until you've released the arrow. Let nothing capture your attention unless it's in the best interest of your ambition. If you don't keep your mind on what you're doing, if you don't keep focused on the task at hand, it could slip right on by you. Wherever you are, be there. Whatever you're supposed to be doing for the moment, do it. You can't be thinking of everything you have to do at one time, all the time. You have to concentrate on just one thing at a time, one project, one job. You have to take it one task at a time and complete it. Do what you've set out to do. Keep your mind only on that one task. Why? If you don't, you won't accomplish anything. Concentration takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to demand privacy, to keep the do not disturb sign on your door while you're in the middle of an important job. It takes a lot of discipline not to answer the phone every time it rings at home. That's why they make voicemail and answering machines, so you don't have to answer the phone every time it rings. Your family will appreciate an uninterrupted dinner hour. Your night work will get done a whole lot faster. Concentrate on the work at hand and demand of yourself the discipline to stay focused. If you have a long list of things to get done within a day, do the toughest ones while your concentration is at its peak. When you're at work, be at work. When you're in a conference, be in that conference. When you're at your kid's school play or soccer game or dance recital, be there. Don't let your mind wander. Stay focused. Stay focused on the task at hand or the company you're with. Don't let your mind wander during conversations. You never know what important points you'll miss. Stay focused. Stay true to where you are and what you're doing. Use your discipline to keep your mind in line. When you recognize the need to concentrate more, when you recognize this need, and when you discipline yourself to stay focused, it will come easier and easier. Focused concentration can be learned. Focused concentration can become a habit. If you work on it a little every day, The easier it comes, the less energy you'll waste on making your mind you. Make your mind pay attention. Discipline yourself to be where you are. Work at work and play at play. Don't mix the two. Concentrate. Give your job the attention it deserves. Give your family the attention they deserve. Give your colleagues the attention they deserve. Wherever you are, be there. Concentrate.
Pay attention to your motivations, be honest. Practice coming from a place of integrity and you will be victorious. Always do your best. There's no faster way to fall prey to outside input than when you're feeling insecure. And there's no better way to feel insecure than knowing you half-ass something or don't really believe in what you're doing. No matter what it is, raising your prices or raising your children, if you do the absolute best you possibly can and come from a place of integrity, then you can be proud of yourself and not give a damn what anyone else thinks. Find a temporary role model, find a mentor or a hero or a role model. Get clear on why this person is impressive and inspiring to you. And when faced with a challenge that leaves you guessing how to react, ask yourself, what would my hero do? Not caring what others think is a muscle that can take some time to build up. So use this trick while you're still getting strong, and before you know it, you'll be able to ditch your hero and start asking yourself, what would I do? Take the first right step instead of wasting hours and days and years trying to figure out your perfect next move. Just do something already. All the time we waste rolling ideas around in our heads, imagining what if, coming up with perfect reasons why, and then perfect reasons why not. Tearing at our cuticles, making our friends and family carefully screen their calls in case it's us again. Wanting to go over some idea. Get out of your head and take action. You don't have to know exactly where it's going to take you. You just need to start with one thing that feels right and keep following right, feeling things and see where they lead. Most answers reveal themselves through doing, not thinking.
So what you think about that? You have to make sure that you go out there and perform. Don't give any excuses to why you can't do something. Understand it's you versus you. You have talents. You are capable. Make sure you are out there putting your best self forward and don't hold yourself back. I appreciate you guys checking me out. And again, make sure you come back to see me again. Peace.